Hi, good evening everybody. Today I'll be reviewing this Minolta AF-S camera. So this is one of the first few Minolta point and shoot autofocus camera made for public consumer. And this camera is dated back to 1984. So over here, we open this camera, the cap here. So the cap is used to protect the lens. It's a Minolta lens, 35mm 1 and 2.8, so it's a very fast lens. Yep, you can see, although there's some fungus in it, but it's still pretty good and sharp. Yep, but one thing I don't really like about this thing is that people tend to misplace it. Like after they take photos and all, they tend to forget about the cap and all. So sometimes you get to see in like used like eBay or Carousel, people will just tend to sell this like without the cap. So people will just like tend to misplace it. So yep, over here we have the ISO dial. So the dial to rotate is this. If not wrong, you can see this like just like gears and all here, right? So you put your fingers here, it just rotate. And then basically because this is a old 1980s film camera, so they don't have like those like ASA like reader for DS coding. So you have to manually adjust the film speed based on what film you're using. For example, for one case here, I can show you. I'll be using this ISO 200 Kodak Go 2 ISO 200. So you based on what the film speed shows here, then you will just adjust it by moving the dial. So clockwise is to increase the speed. The maximum ISO speed for this camera is 1000 ISO, which is pretty fast, and minimum is 25. So if you are using expired films and all this, you can actually, one thing good is that you can actually manually adjust the ASA, because for those DS coded, it automatically recognizes it's 200 despite it's being like 10 years expired and so on. So it's pretty good because you can still get to shoot photos that are evenly exposed. So yep, let's get into detail for this camera. So the shutter button is this button. The film rewinder is here so you can see what film you're using. And this camera, one thing I really like a lot is that it's powered by 2 AA batteries. Easier to get and easy to find. So yep, let's load in the battery first. So yep, once you load in, there will be a sound. So yep, yeah, and then if you like half press is to focus, and you see the red light, it means that it's underexposed, you need flash. So in order to have the flash button is like to your left. This button here is like the flash will pop up. So yep, and then the orange light here will appear, but for this case, this camera, the flash is not working. So yep, I unable to take photos, but the flash is not like working. So yep, you can see, you just press half, it still press and still works. So yep, so in order to don't off the film is you press back thing down. So just to show you how does it looks like in the front view, if you put out the flash, it goes down. It's pretty easy. So over here is we have the button here is to actually to manually rewind the film. So once it reaches to the end, you have to actually rewind it. So you put the pen here, you slide it to your left and go upwards to rewind the film. So yep, and then let's see what's inside here. So this is setting the flip up. 80s cameras will have this kind of like feel, where you have to feel this thing to push it up. Then you press. So yep, that shows the shutter is working. So if you go on for 1000 like 1000 ISO film, so you can see the shutter speed. Yep, and then that's it. So then if you really wanna to load the film in, it's very easy. Just put the film like this. This is like a piece of glass, the thing like a plastic. So you slide it all the way to your right. Insert the film into here, the groove here. Yeah, but normally, play safe, I will pull this knob slightly longer a bit to go in, then I close it. You can see it starts to move. The film counter goes 1, then you press 2, 3, and so on, all the way to the end. So in order for you, just now I was explaining to you about this thing, right? You will just need a pen to rewind it. So you just push to the right, go upwards.